What is up, Jamily? This is JamiroFan 2000 here. We get another episode of JamiroFan Talks About, where I talk about the past, present, and future of JamiroQuai and their music. And I would like to send a big thank you to everybody who really liked my last episode of JamiroFan Talks About. I really like the feedback, and I really like all the views and how everybody has been taking in all these other episodes outside of the JamiroQuai Minute series, which is my longest running series here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. I'd just like to send a big thank you to everybody who've really been enjoying the content as I put it up lately, when I can. But in this episode of JamiroFan Talks About, I'd like to talk about a very interesting picture that was put up on the JamiroQuai HQ Instagram account just a few days ago. You might remember back in I'll give you a little bit of context that leads into this story. You might remember back in early January of 2018, JK, and probably one of his first major social media videos, went on to, did a video from a boat talking about how the band was going to be giving away some leftover material. And then, of course, later that month, we got the unreleased song from the Rock Dust Lightstar era of the song Now We Are All Alone. And, of course, we kept waiting and waiting and waiting. We were expecting more leftover material to be released after that, thereafter, but nothing materialized. But then in July of 2018, of course, we got another big surprise with the unreleased instrumental, which was left over from the Automaton album sessions. But in this case, it was being used as intro music for all the Automaton tour dates throughout the European summer tour of 2018 from July and on, of a song called Street Fighter, which according to Matt Johnson of the band, when asked by a fan, after a fan discovered it, my friend Mikey over on JamiroTalk asked him on Instagram about the origin of the song. Well, apparently there is a lyrical version of it, but it's yet to be released by the band. So to reflect on this, we have two leftover tracks we so far have been given from the band. Well, now this new picture came up of JK posing in front of a movie poster for the upcoming animated reboot of the classic Dr. Seuss story, The Grinch Who Stole Christmas, but in this case it's called simply The Grinch. It's being animated by the animation studio Illumination, who you might know of from popular animated CGI films like Despicable Me, and JK just standing in front of a movie poster doing like this, the typical hateful smirk that the Grinch does. But the very interesting thing about this Instagram picture was it said in its message that something was coming soon and not to be Grinchy during the holidays. So this kind of, I don't know what this could be. Could this be a potential indicator that JamiroQuai has some more music coming out that is connected with the upcoming Grinch movie, which will be releasing, I believe it's in early November? They have not announced the soundtrack for that film yet, but the theme music is being done by Tyler, the Creator, who I've talked about in previous episodes of the JamiroQuai Minute and other JamiroQuai-related videos here on the channel, being a very good rapper and very, very creative within the field. So, and we know Tyler met up with JK at Coachella this year, so who knows? JamiroQuai hasn't officially done a soundtrack with an original song since 1998's Godzilla, which was a massive flop. But of course, the song being Deeper Underground, which had probably the third biggest mainstream music impact of any song from contributed music for soundtracks. But JamiroQuai rarely does contributed music to films. I mean, they did Godzilla, and then they did one called Everybody's Going to the Moon for the 2001 animated film Titan AE, which didn't go anywhere. But it was a very cool song. So this would be probably their first song since 2001 if they are contributing a song to the Grinch soundtrack. Now, the other thing that could be happening here is JamiroQuai hinting, like they did last holiday season when they gave away this leftover material for Now We Are Alone, and of course later on Street Fighter would make its emergence. But could this be an indicator that JamiroQuai has another leftover track coming out during the holidays for the Jamly? I'm kind of conflicted on what this could mean, but the picture is up on the JamiroQuai HQ Instagram account, and I'll put a link to it in the description of this video down below, so be sure to check it out, and you judge for yourself. But I'm very interested in what you think. What do you think this picture from the JamiroQuai HQ can mean? Could it mean JamiroQuai have an unexpected song coming up on the animated Grinch soundtrack for the Grinch movie coming out in November? Or could this mean that JamiroQuai is ratcheting up the hype for a potential third leftover track to be released to the Jamly somewhere within the JamiroQuai HQ social media. Please be sure to leave your comments, your thoughts, your opinions about this posed question down in the comment section of this JamiroFan Talks About video here on YouTube. I personally think, since JamiroQuai has not done a soundtrack with an original song, I'm going to say this is going to be an indicator, or at least a little bit of hype, of JamiroQuai having a song on the Grinch soundtrack. And this would make all the sense in the world, given that JamiroQuai did see in 2018 a little bit of a toe in the pond back into the music mainstream consciousness with the amazing success of Automaton. I think JamiroQuai is ripe to be doing an original song on a soundtrack. So they've never done a children's, well, this will be the second children's movie, if it turns out that they're contributing an original song for this film, they have done. So, I mean, of course, the before mentioned Titan AE, which, you know, that they have a bad trend. The band has the misfortune of picking films that ended up being pretty flops. So, you know, fingers crossed this ends up being a song, some type of song release. But this is definitely an indicator that something is going to be coming from JamiroQuai sometime this holiday season between the end of 2018 and the beginning of 2019. So keep your eyes on social media. Keep your eyes on the JamiroQuai subreddit. If I see anything, I'll be sure to be reporting it here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel in the future. And of course, in a tour update, JamiroQuai will be back on tour in about a week's time. They are going to be at the Suwannee Halloween down in Live Oak, Florida, so expect the usual coverage over on the JamiroQuai subreddit. And of course, I'll be doing a wrap-up video of everything that transpired on social media, track list, everything on here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel, probably a day after the gig, or however my work schedule is set up. So keep your eyes out for all that additional goodness coming soon. And of course, worth noting, I still have the 2 recurring series currently going on right now on the JamiroQuai subreddit and on my Instagram. The Automaton Tour 60, which is my tour date by tour date look back at all the greatest live pictures of every tour date of all 60 tour dates of the JamiroQuai Automaton Tour throughout 2017 through 2018. And I'm currently doing another concurrent series of the Automaton Archive, looking at selections of the best pictures from the JamiroQuai HQ Instagram account from throughout the Automaton album era. Be sure to check out. I have so far got 5 parts of that up. And, of course, the Automaton Tour 60, I am up to the 19th tour date, which just got posted today from them at the Mitsubishi Electrohalle from November of 2017. So be sure to check out all that goodness over on the JamiroQuai subreddit and, of course, respectively, on all the JamiroQuai related social media that I frequent. That would be Twitter and on Instagram. So be sure to check out all that goodness. And I thought, and of course, I will be trying to put out more episodes, and I got a few little bonus things coming up throughout from this video. Hopefully, probably either before or after this, I do have some concert footage graciously contributed by my fellow JamiroQuai fan, Margarita, who was at the New York City Forest Hill Stadium gig. I've got footage of her concert footage from that gig, and big props to Margarita for giving me permission to share her concert footage here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. So be sure to check out all that goodness. It's a lot of stuff, and I'm trying my darndest to get you out lots of good content throughout these holiday seasons, so you have something to check out online that pertains to JamiroQuai. And as always, this is JamiroFan 2000. I'll see you again really soon with more JamiroFan Talks About episodes, more JamiroQuai minutes as always, and much more JamiroQuai related videos here on the JamiroFan 2000 YouTube channel. Bye bye everybody, and happy holidays.